For the past 5 months, I've been meeting and interviewing gang members in Stockton. Finding them was not difficult, and even more surprisingly, getting them to talk on camera was very easy. They say they granted me this unprecedented access because they wanted to do something right, and this is an opportunity for all of us to really understand what's going on in Stockton.
You're strapped where the gangsters at. Nigga wave your bread if you banging that. Nigga walk and stack, nigga bring it back. Yeah, if you banging that.
It's a level of violence that rivals crimes in cities like Compton and Oakland, except this isn't a major metropolitan city. The Stockton Police Department says it's had days where police literally hop from one shooting scene to the next. At least 1/3 of this year's killings are gang-related. What you're watching is an afternoon shootout in late March. Caught on tape are two rival gangs, young men in their late teens and early 20s, who crossed paths at a South Stockton grocery store. The only person killed in the gunfire was an innocent bystander. Stockton gang members themselves tell News 10 that in this city, the young people have guns and feel no remorse.
I mean, that's kind of the honor of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a killer. I murdered someone, shot someone. People don't want to mess with me because of what they've heard that I've done and what they know that I've done. If you earn that name of someone you don't want to mess with, it's going to take, some struggles. It's going to take some risks.
And it was a risk that News 10 took to find answers from Stockton's gangs in some of the most dangerous neighborhoods, to understand the reasons behind almost daily shootings and a rising number of cold-blooded murders.
Because we could always squeeze through there and the cops are running from us. They got the big old utility belt and they got their gun, everything gets stuck. They can't get through.
This is the Barber, a former member of the Northerners gang, a street branch of the Norteños. He's still active in a smaller neighborhood drug gang, so he asked that we not show his face. He reveals to us some of the street's secrets. To understand Stockton, he says, is to keep an open mind. Nothing is as it seems.
I'm selling my drugs, but I don't want to get caught with all of them. I want to get robbed with all of them. So I keep most of it inside of a McDonald's bag or Crips or Coke or whatever crack. You could throw them inside of there, crush it up a little bit, and just throw it on the ground. Who's going to think to lick in trash cans and trash bags?
Street litter plays an even bigger role in shootings. According to Stockton's gang members, guns are hidden all over the city, including in places you wouldn't expect.
You can go out west, and they got choppers, like you got what they call like AR-15s and little deuce rifles or whatever SKSs, just sitting in the trash can. You could have a 38 snub nose, you feel me, and just throw that inside of a little chip bag, throw it right there while you're on the block. That way it's not on you.
And almost all of these guns are stolen or purchased off of drug addicts desperate to get high. Leave a gun in public and it's harder for police to pin it on you. Could be anybody's, but it's still close by. So if you need a gun, you have a gun.
The transportation of guns is just as easy, especially when multiple gangs join forces and share resources.
We used to always sneak guns in the state fair because there's a heck of bloods out there and it's not that many Crips. So usually when all the Crips meet up, when we go to the fair, we used to always meet up with all the other sets, so just to be deeper than the bloods.
Rapper C-Lim is an affiliated Crip from Stockton.
We at the chop right now.
Now living in Ventura, C-Lim no longer commits crimes for the Crips, but uses the Crips to market his music and merchandise. In fact, his former partner, John Castro, aka Little Danger, is awaiting trial for murder. C-Lim says gang membership was unavoidable for him growing up in Stockton.
I can't just walk up the street and pass another neighborhood and then say, yo, I'm not from Northside Gangster. They're gonna ask you, where you from? Oh, I live on townhomes. Oh, you a Northside Gangster Crip then. So, and if you say you're not, then they still might want to get at you.
News 10 traveled back to Stockton with C-Lim, back to his old neighborhood, to try to understand why he traded in his childhood to deal drugs for the Crips.
My money ain't Flacco Slim. Feel like Birdie from a butter rim.
My mom couldn't afford to feed us and really, so I had to put food on the table at like 12 years old, 11 years old. I had to sell crack and you feel what I'm saying?
And you might even be surprised to hear that C-Lim supports the current Stockton police force, but says the neighborhood holds a long distrust of police because of what he claims to have witnessed back in the 1980s to mid-90s.
The homies would be out here selling dope, you know what I'm saying, trying to make some money. Police will hop up out on us like they gang members, make us turn around, search the niggas up, and they would take our money.
They would take the cash that we make. I used to watch this all the time. Take the cash that we make and give us the crack back.
The Stockton Police Department denies any knowledge of officers shaking down drug dealers. But 2 law enforcement sources confirmed to News 10 that they've heard similar stories from veteran Stockton officers. Drug territory and easy access to guns help contribute to the violence, but gang members say the feuds are no longer confined to rival gangs.
Crips is killing Crips, homies is killing homies. People done moved out here from the Bay Area, killing Crips, Crips killing them. People done moved out here from when Katrina happened, all the way they migrated out here, and setting up dope shops and getting into feuds and shit. So the hood ain't the same.
And for so many gang members, the days of settling disputes with a simple fist fight have faded.
Stockton right now, it's very crazy. I'm even kind of scared standing right here talking. When I leave from here, I'm gonna ride a bike. God knows if I'm gonna get shot hitting the corner.
One of the most shocking answers gangs provided in this interview is why they're so quick to pull a trigger than to throw a punch.
Don't nobody want to get beat up. It's not fun walking around with a black eye, and even if you win the fight, usually you're all sore the next day, so people just want to end it quick. If you got guns, it's easier, it's faster, it's quicker.
It's that mindset that makes you wonder how Stockton can overcome the war on its streets when so many see killing as the solution.
Now, at times in this story, the gang members say they realize that they come off as either boastful or proud of the gang lifestyle, and they say that's just because they've been gang members for most of their lives. And they say that leaving all of that behind is not as easy as talking about it. In Stockton, Lee Painter, News 10.